Divine Crochet back in with another YouTube video. Today we're just crocheting and we're chilling and talking. Yeah, this is the fit I wanted to show you guys. I've worn this before in one of my like short TikTok reels, but it's this thrifted like linen type kimono style top, and I really love it with my butter pants that I got in Japan, and they're so comfortable and cozy. And yeah, I love it so much, and it's so flowy and airy. Even though it's hot, it fits, and it fits the vibe for today. Working on a bikini. It looks a little crazy, but but look at the color, it's gorgeous. It is a like V style bikini, and yeah, I'm almost done with it, so that's what I'm going to be working on today. And I created tons of these mini little flowers that go on it. If you can see these mini little flowers that are gonna go on the bikini top. They're so pretty. You can see a little better. Yeah, they're pink and red. I feel like this is like a magenta or like a fuchsia, because this is like a really bright pink. But yeah, I have like a whole bunch of these I'll be sewing on to the bikini top. So, and what's crazy is millimeter hook. I thought I grabbed it, but yeah, so the smallest hook I had was, I have a 1, and then this is a 1.65 millimeter hook. So actually I'm using a hook way smaller than I should be, but it works because the yarn is fingering weight. Yeah, I really wish I had my 2 hook, and I could have went and got another one, but I didn't think about that. But yeah, so we're almost done. I'm working on the back now because, baby, we need coverage. Okay, we need coverage. And the front is so cute. All freehand from my mind with a little bit of help from a bikini style video, just so I could get the shape, because I was like, I never done this shape before. Let me see how I can make the shape, and then I can freehand with all the stitches and whatnot. So I got the basic how to increase and make the V shape down. And so yeah, now I'm just doing the back for more coverage. And yeah, we are here. What is this, double crochet? I usually never leave off in the middle or at the beginning of a row. I always like to finish the row out, especially if I'm working from my mind. But I've actually been writing this whole pattern down, so I might turn this into a pattern. I might. I'll have to do another test, because obviously the first one is a big it's obviously a big guess, especially when it's finished and you know, you tweak it to make changes and make sure it fits better, looks better, it's more neater. So am I increasing? I am increasing. Yeah, I've been so overwhelmed, especially this morning. My kids are both screaming, trying to lighten my day a little bit. But I'm gonna crochet today. I'm making this video, trying to just shift my energy and my focus somewhere else for the time being. And usually that helps, that starts to help it. And then I read or I journal, I sit and meditate for a while and just kind of figure out like what got me to this point of overwhelm. And I don't have all my yarn with me. I'm sad about that, but I'm working with what I have until I get my yarn and more yarn. Oh gosh, where's my increase? My increase is right there. But I'm excited to finish this bikini. It's gonna be, it feels very summer to me, and I love the colors that I picked. I don't even think when I picked the yarn that I knew what I was gonna make with it, really. The idea just came to my mind, and I was like, well, we have to put this together because it's summer, and this is, yeah, it just goes. I've been working a lot on my business lately, behind the scenes. I've been working a lot behind the scenes on that. new website, a blog about the community project that I'm doing. And that was nice. It honestly, when I tell you, when I first did, I made 2 websites before, and I felt completely underprepared for the website. Like, I had to think about like content and videos and pictures and how I wanted it to look. But this go around, when I redid it, it took me like 3 hours to get it together. Excuse me, I'm tired. But no, it took me 3 hours to get it together. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna work on this website because, yeah. And I was just boom, 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 getting it done, getting it, everything just together. And I was like, it's funny how like the first 2 times you're not gonna be as prepared as you want to be, and you're not really gonna know what to do. But like I said, this is my 3rd time, and it's like the next time you try, it'll come together smoother than it did the first or second time. And it's like, that's why preparation is key. The first time I made my website, I was like scrambling all over the place. It was so stressful. The second time, it was a little better because I had a little bit of experience. The 3rd time, which was like recently, it took me 3 hours to get it almost halfway done. At least the look of it and the admin stuff. And I was like, wow. It really made me think about how sometimes we have to try things and experience them a few times, and maybe we don't get it right per se the first 2 times, but that next time, if we just don't give up and we try again, it's gonna come together faster and smoother than we thought it would be. And it may not even look like what you originally thought it would look like, but it'll even look better and it'll feel more like you. And that's how I feel. I feel like the rebrand isn't even just about my business. It's about myself and just all that I've been through and what I've learned. And now it's like, okay, we need to embody everything that we've learned, and we know who we are, we're secure in who we are, but let's act like it. How do we act like this? How do we act like our true selves out in the external physical world? And so yeah, that's where I'm at. Baby steps. I think it's actively making choices that feel true to you, and saying no and not doing the things that you don't want to do and that don't feel right to you. And that's not saying like, oh, you know, you need to work on something, but because you don't feel like it, because you're tired, you're not going to do it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying throughout this time, I've been writing more, expressing more, finding my voice, and just taking leaps. You really just have to take all the leaps that you feel that, you know, you don't got to take every single leap, but make the decision to try something new. Make the decision to do something different that you usually wouldn't do. And it'll feel new. You'll be like, oh, like, this is weird. I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do here. But it's gonna start to feel good. It's gonna make you feel confident when you keep going. And slowly you start to believe in yourself more. And that's what I have. That's what's been happening with me. Like, I've just been making really small decisions or pivots and just being consistent and building the drive. And it's really put me in a place of like, oh, okay, we're doing this, we've been doing this. I see your consistency, I see your work, I see your vision. And we may not have it all figured out, but just the act of doing puts you in such a different perspective of everything. Especially when you are a thinker and a planner and you just think. We can waste so much energy just thinking about all the things that we have to do. And that's such a Virgo thing, but we can waste so much energy just thinking about all we have to do, instead of just using that same energy to see that we have everything we need right in front of us to do the work, to get it done, to accomplish what we want to accomplish. You just gotta think outside the box. And I think that's the difficult part, at least for me sometimes, with certain things. I'm like, okay, well, And I thought of it this way, that way, but I need something else. And it's like, whether, like, I'm talking to someone, I'm trying to like get it out of my brain and figure out this next piece that I just can't, this is not clicking in my mind yet. I think when, I don't know, I can't describe it. I cannot describe it. I felt a huge nudge lately to just really pour my all into my vision and a life I'm creating for myself. And that's why I said, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning because I have not been able to sleep past 5 o'clock lately. I'm up at like 5 o'clock almost every day, if not 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So yeah, I know my background looks different. I am not home. Yeah. But what was I saying? I'm really working with a size 1 hook. And really working with the 1 is fine, but I really needed my 2, and I can't believe I do not have it. But I can say, y'all, I'm playing yarn chicken because I have this much. Now, mind you, this is a lot. It was 100 grams. This is 100 grams. And because I'm working with fingering weight and a size 1 hook, I think I will have enough for my bikini tops. And to make a border around here, I think I want to make like I think I want to do a border around it. But I'm praying that I have enough yarn for the top, because it's just a simple bikini top. So even if I'm like almost out, I can do a mesh stitch and I think it might be okay. But like I said, there's not much to the back left. Like I'm doing the covering and then the straps, and I'm doing like some red. I'm mixing the two, so I'm doing red and pink straps and then my flower. Yeah. So I probably win yarn chicken because I'm using a 1. And it was 100 grams, so it's not, and like I said, it's a bathing suit. It doesn't have that much yarn. So yeah, we'll see. I'll probably win. And then even if I have some leftover, yarn, I might make like a cute little accessory or something. So excited to finish this. This will actually be my first like summer thing that I finished, because the lacy top that I'm knitting, that's taking a little bit longer just because it's knitting and it's also fingering weight. It's very thin, and I switch back and forth from knitting to crochet very often. So some days I'll crochet and knit, some days I'll just knit, some days I'll crochet. It really depends on my mood. I mostly have to knit when the boys are taking naps, because yeah, I can fix it with crochet, but if I mess up with knitting, I can't always fix it. So I try to just I try to get my time in when I can. Notifications, but I'm so excited for you guys to see my website. Oh yes, something very, very exciting, but I can't tell you yet. But yes, you can see my website is actually published now though, so I guess you'll find out anyways. Yeah, I'm very proud of myself, because sometimes you go through things and you just want to give up everything and you just want to lay down and you don't want to do anything. but throughout the days and the weeks, I still did what I needed to do, even if, you know, I slowed down on my video making like for like 2 weeks. But this past weekend I think I made like 3 videos, and yeah, so I'm editing those and they'll be posted this week. They're like short reels, and then obviously I'm doing my YouTube video. Yeah, I slowed down a bit because it was a lot going on. I was like, I just needed time, you know? I'm not in a rush to create per se. Now, it's different when I have ideas coming to me and I need to execute. But that's why we write them down and we pick one and then we execute it right then and there. That's kind of what this project was. It was kind of like, oh, wait a minute, we can whip that up like in a week or 2. I was like, yeah, let me do that. But yeah, right now I'm learning resilience. I'm learning to be resilient because there's so many days did I do it? Only did one. Okay, I messed up, guys. I gotta go back. Only did it. Where's the increase? I only did 1 increase. Where is it? Yep. Okay. I was supposed to do 4 increases. I only did 1. Is that? Okay. Yeah. Learning how to still show up for myself, even in the midst of me being all over the place emotionally, or just feeling down or getting overwhelmed and lacking patience and trust and all that stuff. I'm learning how to show up for myself and for my vision, for my future, in the midst of all that. And you know, the healthy tools we have to use, journaling, nature, water, reading, you know, singing, crying, all those things are healthy tools that we have to help us get through the hard moments. And obviously body movement, like Pilates, yoga, just, you know, simple stretching, weightlifting. And I think that's what's made it harder. I haven't been able to weightlift in like almost 2 weeks. And that has taken a major toll, because you guys, when I tell you, I had solidified my like workout sessions, like my Pilates, and I was weight training at the same time as well. I was getting up in the morning. I get up in the mornings, I stretch for like 30 minutes, and then I do Pilates, or I do my weight training. Sometimes I mix them because we do both. But yeah, I have not been able to weight train, and honestly that really probably put me in more overwhelmed than I thought, because when I move my body, it really does help me get back to center. It helps me release all that energy that's just stuck there. And so yesterday I made a choice. Like I said, I can't sleep past 5 o'clock now. I can't sleep past 5 o'clock. And so I was like, you know what, instead of laying here or scrolling, I'm going to get up. Despite me still being tired, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna change and get into my workout gear, and I'm gonna stretch. And that's what I did. I didn't stretch for long, but I got up and I stretched. And that was a step for me, because yeah, you gotta adapt to new life circumstances, new life changes. And you gotta push through. You don't always have to push through, because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I hate that term, push through. Like, I don't want to have to push through, but sometimes you do. It's just in a different way. It's just what pushing through looks like to you. It doesn't have to have a negative connotation to it. But yeah, today's just one of those days where the morning started off fine, and then it was overwhelming, and so I was just mildly irritated most of the morning. But I feel myself getting a little bit lighter. I think today what I'll do is, I'm supposed to be going to like a little park or something, a little nature thing. So we may do that if it doesn't storm, because there's a storm advisory. But yeah, if not, my plan is to crochet, make a short reel, to read and write. I've been needing to write. I always say this. I always put writing off to the last like thing on my list to do because I prefer to like crochet. Because crochet like helps my mind. It takes, you know, if my hands are working, I'm focused on this. I'm focused on building and creating this right here. But writing is something I felt so much heavy like calling to lately. And so I've been writing, but it's, I would say consistently, but it's just spaced out. So I'm like, let me actually take the time today to write, because when I tell you, when I got up that morning and started my website, I got half of it done in 3 hours. And every day since then, and I mean, what did I finish my website? Yeah, because it's finished now. It's published now, actually. Yeah, I finished my website, I think 3 days ago. And since then, I'm like, okay, I've been working really, really hard, and I'm supposed to be resting and relaxing. So today, I'm gonna make space to read and write, because I still have to finish that book. What was planning here before me, I'm like literally almost done. I'm like, why can't I just finish it? So yeah, and then I started another book. That's what I do. When I'm at the end of another book, I will start reading another book, because I'm so eager to like just move on to the next, like, come on. So yeah, it'll be good to write today, and maybe I'll get a stretch session in before bed, because yeah, like I said, I haven't pretty much moved my body in over about 2 weeks. And when I stretched yesterday, I could tell how uncomfortable my body was. Like, just like, it wasn't heavy, but it just felt stuck, and it just felt stiff. And that's how I know, like, even if you don't have your weights, even if you don't have the things that you usually have, still move your body. It's still stretch, still get into it. Just take longer, breathe deeper. And I'm not telling you guys that, I'm talking to myself when I say that, because I don't need all the things. I can use what is in front of me. And frankly, I have learned a long time ago that you have to move your body to get that energy out, or else it's gonna be stuck. Especially in women. In your shoulders, my shoulders, I remember this one time I went to get a massage, and it was a deep tissue massage, and it was a dude, and he was like, he got to my shoulders and he was like, damn, who are you mad at? I was like, you know, I'm not mad at anyone, I just carry a lot. And he was like, yeah, I can see that. And I was like, yeah. And so your shoulders, they just carry so much. Your entire body does, but I feel like our shoulders, they really take the brink of it. And yeah, that's why I always gush out my shoulders too. But yeah, moving my body is non-negotiable. And I could, mind you, I could have moved my body more, like every day consistent, like I was doing in the past 2 weeks, but I just was so busy. I was like, something has gotta give. I don't want to have something else to do, but I still could have took like 5 minutes to get that energy out. This is like, right, okay, so we're working up the back side now. So we gotta get that coverage going. And this is where I'm increasing in the middle right here so that I can have more coverage. Like with the size 1 hook, it's like, well, it's 1.65, but it's just taking me a little bit longer. But because I'm using double and treble crochet, it's like working up really fast. And I mean, also it's a bikini. Again, it's really, it's not that much fabric, okay? I high-key want to start the design I was doing, which is just half double crochet, bobble, double crochet, all on the back loop only, because I love, it's something about like back loop only that gives it, what's the word? It just gives it more like cutesy. And that's not to say like ribbed, but it just gives it more of a pattern to me and more detail to it. I love back loop only. But yeah, we're gonna start our bobble stitch. Even though I feel like that's really low, I feel like it'll be okay. I want it to be really cute. And I can't believe I'm very surprised I'm doing this with a 1 hook. This is the first time I've made something with my 1mm hook. 1.5. I say it's a 1.65, but I say 1 because I'm not saying all that. It's a 1 millimeter. But yeah, I've never made anything with it, and so to see what I can do, I probably won't use a 1 millimeter again. I'll probably use a 2 for bathing suits, just because you don't want them to be heavy. You want them to be super light and airy. And yeah, this is going to be interesting because I read a lot about using different types of yarn for bathing suits, and some yarns like to droop and they'll like get soggy per se. But I think with this one it's gonna hold up nicely because I think this is wool, and I know wool is a bit of a warmer fabric, but it's really sturdy, and so I can't wait to see how it holds up when I do wear it to pool, whenever that'll be. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, I'm gonna go. This is where we are with the bobble. So cute. I love the bobble stitch. First it looked weird to me, but I think it adds a nice touch. Yeah, after a few more rows I'm gonna have a cup of tea, and then I'm gonna get into both of my books, and yeah, I'll probably write a little bit because yeah, it's gloomy, it's grunge, and I really feel like writing. So yeah, see you guys later. Thanks for watching.